hello, Las Vegas. This is Monique Buchanan, the host of the Welcome Home with Monique show, where we talk all things real estate and more. I've got none other than Miss Rebecca Coins, my co-host. How are you, Becky?
Good morning, Mo. I'm doing great.
Good. It's a beautiful day today. We've been having some pretty good weather. Finally got to use my pool.
Yeah, hasn't been too crazy yet. Not too crazy.
Not too crazy, right? So we've got a great show for you guys today. First, I want to start off with congratulations to my veteran. He is a firefighter, currently still in the service, and he just went into escrow. We did secure him $12,000 in closing costs.
Awesome.
Yes, ma'am. He's getting his earnest money deposit back and pretty much zero, I think, out of pocket to buy his home.
Love it.
Isn't that
As
awesome?
it should be.
Yes,
it should be.
As he deserves.
That's right.
Right. Okay, and then, of course, I want to shout out my listings. 621 El Gusto Avenue. Sellers went in there and let me just go ahead and correct that. Me and the sellers went in there. I did help them paint the house a fresh ultra white. And while we're on that, this show is going to be about listings, you guys. And I kind of want to let you know, even with this particular property, for instance, they're living in their home. So they made their kids' room like bright pink, you make it your own when you're living in there. But when you're selling, you want to think model home.
Yeah.
You want to think neutral colors. Even though you love that purple wall, that might not be for everybody. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's specific to you and your taste.
Yeah.
So anything that looks specific to you and your taste, if you want to sell and get top dollar, or at least as close to it as you possibly can, you want to get rid of all the loud colors that are in
that buyer needs to be able to picture themselves in that home.
Think blank slate. A lot of people, listen, don't have imagination. I'm one of them. So, just being honest, you guys, you want to always keep it very neutral, very easy for people to imagine their own, quirky little ideas, and they'll be able to see that through white paint. Plus, white paint is so clean.
Yeah, it's easy.
It makes the property look bigger. It's just, it's a go-to for me. I love fresh white paint. So anyways, El Gusto, that address is 621 El Gusto, North Las Vegas. You guys, this property was built in 2021. It's 1415 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, single story. The backyard is completely done. It has the USB plugs in the kitchen because obviously it's a newer home. Their power bill was under $100 every month. They do have solar, which was $94. So it's just a very energy efficient home. Nice. On top of being a single story, which is hard to come by.
Yeah, that's important these days.
Right. So the cross streets on that property, it's in the northwest area. It is on, the cross streets are basically Craig and North 5th. And that's the major cross streets. Okay, it's a little further down North 5th, but for now, we'll just say Craig and North 5th. All right, that one's 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1415 square feet, going for $384,999. I think I said too many nines, but you get the picture. $385, basically $1. Okay. Then we have our next property on 892 North Hollywood Boulevard. That one is over on the east side. Hollywood Boulevard is an iconic street for Las Vegas, right? If you are not from here, let me just shed a little history, which Becky, I'm sure you know.
Oh, yeah.
That is the area that back in like the 80s and 90s, like the celebrities went up there and bought their homes because of the privacy and because of the iconic views.
Yes.
We're talking unobstructed city and mountain views all the way around the home. You've got the mountains behind you, and in front of you have the entire Las Vegas Valley. Nothing to obstruct your view.
I still love going and checking up houses out there.
Yes, I purposely go up there every now and then just to, putt around. Now, this particular property, you're basically getting a half-acre lot, right? They do have an elevated fire pit area for you to enjoy those views with friends. It is a single story, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2434 square feet. And it was built in 1983, but they did remodel the home. So it has a lot of modern updates throughout. And the way they position the windows throughout the home, it's like everywhere you go, you can see that view. That one's going for $620, you guys, $620,000. You're on the corner lot, and you have 2,909 lot square feet. I know it sounds weird. 20,909 square feet, which is basically a half acre. Not easy to find. You've got RV parking. I mean, you could easily park. I'm not exaggerating, you guys. You could park at least 10 to 12 cars. They do have the gate, so the property is gated all the way around. And they've got the RV gate that opens, and you know what I mean? 892 North Hollywood Boulevard. We have our coming soon, and I'm hoping to get this one on the market and live by this Monday, no later than Tuesday. My sellers are doing some, touch-ups in the home, and they want to make sure that they pass it on to the next buyer. And
Prepping and getting it ready.
So anyways, this property is in the Cliff Shadows area. I like to do that little hike around Lone Mountain. If you guys aren't familiar, if you just moved here, well, once again, this is Monique Buchanan and Becky Coins, and we are 50 states and 24 countries realtors, but we live here in Las Vegas, so we definitely got you covered if you're just moving here to Las Vegas. And if you are, we want to tell you that there is a great hike. Yes, there's the Red Rocks, right? Those are beautiful. But if you just want something easy to get to, simple, there's a park. You just park your car and you can walk up that mountain, the little mountain, Lone Mountain, and it has a beautiful view at the top. I did that for my 40th birthday.
Oh, did you?
Sure did. We walked up the mountain, and then when we walked down, we had like a nice little put together brunch.
A little picnic.
Yeah, a little picnic. But we have mimosa honey, so I call it brunch. But yeah, you guys, so this property, once again, is coming soon. And this property is located Cliff Shadows area. Address is 3868 Badger Brook Street. Okay? That one's going for $379,999. 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,398 square feet, 2-car garage. And by the way, all the properties had 2-car garage, but the other one had the RV as well. Okay, so if you guys have questions about those properties or would like me to send you those properties so you can view them, 702-984-3700. Again, 702-984-3700 if you have questions or are interested in any of those listings I just mentioned. Okay, and there also will be open houses at the El Gusto property. That is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, single story in the north area for $384,999. Also, you can check the properties out at Monique Buchanan, exprealty.com. Again, Monique Buchanan, that's Buchanan, exprealty.com. And I will also be posting the times for the open houses for El Gusto property, as well as 892 Hollywood property as well. So let's jump on into the show, Becky. I'm excited to re-announce the new builders right now. They're putting out incentives, right? In fact, one of my builders over by the property on El Gusto, I popped in there the other day and she said, Monique, we have the rates at 3.3 for our veterans and FHA. And we're going to give them $10,000 in closing. I'm not going to lie to you. That's probably lower than we could even buy it down.
Yeah. I don't know that we're going to see that in general across the board.
I don't know if we'll just see that. Yeah. In general, like you said,
I don't think that's coming back.
3.3 for that builder, right? And we don't tell you the builders on purpose.
As we've explained before, the dual both sides thing doesn't really
they don't do that at all. They represent the builder.
Exactly.
And they'll tell you that themselves. Listen, at the end of the day, when you walk in here without a realtor, that's why they have it posted on the door.
Yep.
They say, listen, if you have a realtor, you need to bring her or him in so they can at least sign you in. Once they sign you in once, you're good to go.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Basically on your own.
Yeah, absolutely. But now different communities, you need to have them come in as well. But you're good to go as many times as you want once you have your realtor sign you in. Yeah. So shouts out to all my hardworking realtors out there.
Right.
And just so you know, they're there to protect you. They're there to represent you. Okay? The builder's salesperson, because that's what they are, will let you know that they're not there for that. They are there. Of course, they're going to treat you nice. Of course, they're going to go over the documents with you, as they should. But the builder signs their check.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? And we've had them on the show, and they've said as much.
Yeah.
We don't represent the buyers. And they'll let you know that. So anyways, let's get back into it. So that particular builder has rates as low as 3.3. If you want more information, 702-984-3700. It's not a problem for us to go ahead and just meet out there. Okay, we have no problem meeting there. With that being said, this other builder of mine, and I've actually had these folks on the show before. She's come on the show and spoke. So she called me right away when they rolled this out. Up to $55,000 we're giving to the buyers. I said, what? I said, break it down to me, girl. Mm-hmm. She said they're paying their entire down payment. They only have to pay up to 1% of their closing cost. She said, So if they're buying something around $400,000, which we do have at this particular community, they're going to pay $900 to buy the home. I said, wait a minute, Gina, you mean that's it? $900 out of their pocket to get a brand new home? She goes, Monique, I'm telling you. Yes, because she said, depending on the price of the home that they choose, whatever they need is covered up to $55,000. She said, we're giving them up to $27,500 for their down. And then we're giving them up to $27,500 again for their closing cost. And the area is, I don't know if it's called Paradise or if it's called Enterprise, to be honest with you. It's like right on the border. So it's right in the area, very near the airport. Actually near here.
Very centrally located.
Yeah, it is centrally located. Hop, skip, and a jump from the Strip. Now, you don't have to be a first-time home buyer. What they mean by that, guys, is this is not for my investors out there, to get a home for $900 and add it to their portfolio. But I'm not mad at you for thinking about it.
Right.
No, this is for my folks that are trying to live here in Vegas. Yes. This is going to be your primary home.
Monique Buchanan has served the community for over 10 years, helping homeowners, probate families, first-time buyers with zero down grants, and investors nationwide, serving all 50 states and 24 countries worldwide. 702-984-3700 at Realtor Monique Buchanan on Instagram. The Monique Buchanan Team. Experience you can trust. And now, back to the Welcome Home Show.
You remember on the news a couple of years ago, right after COVID, all the landlords, I think, a lot of the landlords trying to recoup their money.
Yeah.
And they were raising people's rents by $500, $600 after their lease.
We had people calling us left and right going, are they allowed to do this? I'm
Yes.
getting ready to go renew my lease. And what am I going to do?
And we had to tell them they absolutely are allowed. Yeah. Or how about when you're out on vacation and you've, like my best friend, our best friend, out on vacation, a friend of hers she had been renting from and paid early rent for so many years. She felt so secure in that situation. Remember, I was talking to her. I'm like, just please, at least get yourself set up. So she did do me one favor. I said, because she works as a bartender, makes great money. I said, Alicia, just do this. All I ask is that when you make your tips, can you please just put them into the bank?
Deposit them like clockwork.
Like clockwork. Every night when you get off, just put them in. I don't care if you pull them right back out. We have got to see a paper trail. So if, God forbid, this man decides to sell this house from under you, you're able to get approved. And what happened, Becky?
He decided to sell the house.
While she was on her birthday trip in Costa Rica.
Yep.
She got an email. We've decided to sell. You have 30 days to move.
It's happened multiple times.
Multiple?
It happened to me.
Oh, did it happen to you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that happened to us twice. One was a friend. We were renting from the friend.
Right.
And he decided that during the crash, he was going to let the house go. We thought we were secure. We paid our rent on time.
He's
never
a
had
friend.
an issue. He's a friend. We got this.
You got, good history with him.
Yep.
That's what she thought.
And then I got the phone call. Sorry, we're letting the house go. You guys can stay for however, but we're letting the house go.
And there's nothing wrong with what they're doing because, hey, they've got to do what's best for them.
Yeah.
But you need to do what's best for you.
Yeah. I didn't begrudge
is,
any of it, but
right.
it was like, thank goodness we got the notification. It happened twice. We were like, okay, one time, fine. And when we got the second one, the same thing. We went to the property manager and it was somebody we knew. And we were like, is this solid? Because I have kids. I ain't trying to do this again.
Right.
And he's like, oh, no. This owner is solid. He's not going anywhere. You guys are good to go. And then all of a sudden, I start seeing people taking pictures of the house. I'm like, what's going on? And sure enough, but you gave us no heads up. You gave us no notice. It was kind of like, hey, this is happening. And now I got to figure my stuff out.
Scramble
it's
to get you and
stressful.
your kids out of that house and find another house and then come up. Let's talk about this because let me tell you, oh my goodness. I took some cousins out the other week. I went ahead and showed them a couple rentals and they came back. They got approved. The mortgage. I'm so used to mortgage, you guys. The rent was $3,200 a month, right? And the only reason they did not buy is because they just did a bankruptcy. They have to wait 1 year.
And there are those situations.
There are situations. I get it. So they called me and they said, Monique, we got approved. I said, okay, great. And they said, but they want $9,000 to move into this house. $9,000 to move into the house because their credit.
Yeah.
Obviously, they just had bankruptcy. So their credit.
I'm not shading nobody out there. You do what you got to do with the property management.
Right.
But how about what they want for credit scores?
Oh, my goodness. And this is all because of COVID. I noticed after COVID, that's when the requirements went through the roof.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of landlords caught a raw deal.
Yeah.
They had to keep paying those mortgages even when people
Totally
were not.
understand.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah,
There's both
so-
sides to everything.
Absolutely. So they start now, just so you know, on average, they want you to have a 660. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you
can
only
buy
need
a
a 640. But you as a rental want 660. And if you don't have it, what do? Slap an extra deposit
Triple
on you.
deposits, yeah.
And let's talk about those application fees. Mm-hmm. You don't want me to run your credit to buy a house, but you'll let the person make you pay and then possibly still not get the house and run your credit for a rental.
And ours doesn't even hit your credit softball.
It's a softball. Make it make sense. Doesn't hit your credit at all. This is the Monique Buchanan Show, and I am your host, Monique Buchanan, along with my co-host, Miss Rebecca Coins. If you have any questions about anything, you guys, that has to do with real estate, 702-984-3700. Or if you're interested in these down payment assisted programs, we have access to all of them. 0 down. We have the culinary. We have all of them. 702-984-3700. You can check out my IG at Realtor Monique Buchanan, Buchanan. So we not only sell homes to buyers, we also list homes for our sellers. As you heard in the beginning of the show, I was kind of giving my sellers or potential sellers out there a little helpful hint, which is to try to make sure those, the walls are painted just a neutral color if you're thinking about selling. Little things like that. All the little things you were putting off. You knew there was a leak under the sink for a while, but you're living there. So those are the kind of things you want to get
All the little touch-ups.
taken care of. Yeah. Now, do you want to change out floors? Probably not.
Depending.
You might need to get the carpet stretched. A lot of people don't even know that that's a thing. Mm-hmm. That's only costs a couple $100 versus repairing the entire carpet. Mm-hmm. The carpet gets a little.
Yep.
That's why it's important to have a realtor. This is what we do, you guys, 24/7. And I say that because it's true. I wake up thinking about real estate. I go to sleep thinking about, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Thinking about my clients, thinking about everything, the market. So we're in this. We're boots on the ground. What we do best, which is come over, take a look at your property, tell you where you can save money. Mr. Seller, let's not spend $12,000 on replacing these floors because it's not going to get you that back when we sell. But you know what will get you some money back is updating these bathrooms with that money in this kitchen. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We could take that money and do those things. Those are high ticket items that buyers are looking for, So that's what it's about, telling you and guiding you, giving you that guidance to what you can do in the property that will actually get you the bang for your buck when we go to sell.
What's worth it, what's not.
Absolutely. And then another thing we want to touch on today is there's a lot going on in the world right now. You know what I mean? I know you guys know, right? It's no secret that there's a lot of uncertainty going on. We're in a war, and there's so much other things going on, gas prices, all the things, right? Well, unfortunately,
living is expensive.
Living is very expensive right now. And unfortunately, because of this, we've started to see a little bit of an uptick on notice of defaults and foreclosures, okay? Investors don't get too excited, but, it's
People
an unfortunate thing. Yeah, it's
People
an unfortunate thing,
but circumstances happen.
But it's happening. And because it's happening, we kind of want to talk to those people that may have received that letter that's a notice of default. It's a scary thing.
It is. Yeah.
It's a scary thing. I just recently had a family member have that happen. Mm-hmm. And I went over their options with them. And the first thing they said was, Monique, we tried to save this. She was hurt for a couple months. And they called to do a
remodification?
Yes. Where they can kind of help them with the payments. And that's another thing, guys. If you get hurt or if something happens where you're not able to work, you need to call your mortgage lender and let them know, because there are programs that they will work with you. I've had clients where their mortgage was like $2,300 because they had back issues and he had a back surgery. They dropped his mortgage down to $1,300.
Yeah, the mortgage companies will try to work with you.
They don't want your house. They're not in the business of renting out houses or
they want your mortgage.
They want your mortgage. They want you to be able to stay in that house and pay it off.
Yeah.
So don't shy away from communication and letting them know, hey, this is what's going on. Life is lifing right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you would be shocked and surprised on them actually trying to help you.
Yeah. But I know a lot of people, they tend to put their head in the sand.
They do.
They get nervous. They get stressed
Avoid the
out.
mailbox.
Yeah. If I just don't look at it, it doesn't exist.
And I get it. It is very scary. And if you don't know what to do, it's even more scary. That's why we're here, you guys. Once again, 702-984-3700. Okay, I'm not going to push you to do anything, but I want you to know your options. Because a lot of time, like for instance, back to my cousins. So they ended up calling this third-party company that charged them an arm and a leg and did absolutely nothing for them. So they lost more money, right? So I said, you know what? Where are we at? First thing I have to do as your realtors, I got to see how much time do we have.
Yeah.
So on that notice of default letter, it's going to pretty much give you a date.
Yeah.
That you're basically, we call it like putting your house on the courtyard, the courthouse steps, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the auction date. So I got that date and we went ahead and listed the property. Why did we do that? Because we're going to save them years and years of credit destroyed.
Yeah. You want to be able to buy a house again. You don't want that foreclosure.
If you want to be able to buy anything.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Can you imagine how expensive even buying a car with that terrible credit is going to be in the future?
Late payments can be dealt with. Foreclosure is a completely different beast.
Yeah, it's a different beast. But anyways, so for them, they were, of course, up against the clock. So I have to price it as your realtor. This is what I do professionally. Okay, we can't price it, where it just sits for 50, 60 days. We don't have that time.
Yeah.
So obviously, we want you to walk away with something, but something is better than nothing. Yeah. Something is better than you having foreclosure on your credit and you lost a house and you lost all the equity. So now you get zero.
Yeah.
The bank gets to keep any money that they make off of selling it now instead of you. And that should make you mad.
Absolutely.
Right? So what I did was priced it where it needs to be priced to get it sold. That way it moves quickly, right? We need to get it sold and they're still going to walk away with around $40,000.
Yeah, and that's enough to get them established and get them set.
Yep, they're going to rent for 1 year. And then we're going to, guess what, buy another house next year. And they're excited about it.
And they'll be able to.
Yes,
because they avoided that foreclosure.
Yes. So that's what we're here to tell you guys. If this is something that you have a friend, family, or anybody that you know of that's facing this, and probate, Becky, as well.
Yeah, probate. We have our probate clients that come out, that's a whole different situation.
Whole different beast. A lot of steps in that.
Yes.
And you have to have an agent that knows what they're doing with probate and notice of defaults. This is not something that every agent just knows how to handle. So just so you know that. It is, a lot of steps, a lot of little innuendos that you need to know.
And life happens.
Life
happens. I know a lot of people have a lot of shame and a lot of guilt and a lot of things that when it comes to whether it's the foreclosure or even in the probate, they're just overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Both situations are just very, very overwhelming.
They are.
And that's what we're here to do is to
take some of that off of your shoulders. Yes. We're going to finish this up and dive more deep into the notice of defaults and things like that next week. But we want to just touch on it a little bit and reiterate that up to $55,000. I mean, you're basically in veteran status, You're zero down. No, we said that. You're even better because veterans get zero down, but they don't get the closing costs paid.
No.
But with this, they will.
Yeah, right.
So $900, as low as $900 out of your pocket. But anyways, you guys, we pray that you have a great weekend. Stay blessed. Those listings, 621 El Gusto, 892 Hollywood Drive, and of course 3868 Badger Brook. We love you, KUNV, and you can't do nothing about it.